Hi there, here we are at our doorway. We've already said it makes a great place as a temporary studio setup, so we've got a couple of lights down here. We're going to get set up and start shooting. Wow, that was quick. Okay, here we go, ready to go again. We've got our big softbox over here, which is going to give us a nice illumination down the side of the model's body just here, all the way down from head to toe. And we've got our second light inside the bathroom just here, which is going to reflect off of this very expensive reflector that I have just here. Okay, let's put that back in there and close the door just a little bit, and we can take some flash meter readings. First of all, from the softbox. Just do one more just there. There we go, that's giving us F8, and we're going to give us one more just inside here where this light's going to be reflecting through the doorway. And there we go, so that's 5.6 1/3, so that's just about right. This side's going to be a little bit underexposed, this side's going to be very, very slightly overexposed. This bit in the middle should be just about right. Let's get shooting. First thing we're going to look at is we've got our softbox on the left hand side, round about the 9 o'clock position. That's going to give us a really nice soft highlight down the left hand side of Catherine's body here, and the right hand side of her body is going to be sort of pretty much left into the shadows, just being filled in a little bit by that reflected light in the doorway. So here we go, let's take a look at the first picture. So we've got the highlight running down the side of the body just here, a little bit on the backs of the legs, and a little bit of a highlight on the front of the leg coming from that reflected light through the doorway. Great pose, emphasizing the back arch. Looks really nice, but I think we can do a little bit better. So the softbox light is just going to come back just a little bit towards the front of the studio to around about the 8 o'clock position. So the picture on the right, the softbox has been positioned around about the 8 o'clock position, the one on the left still at the 9 o'clock position. So you can see how much more highlight we're getting down Catherine's body. So the other thing to note here is that we've also dropped Catherine's hand position. Her left hand has dropped down to her knickers, and you can see that now we're getting some more light falling onto the front of her body, picking out the definition across her tummy there. Looks really lovely. So if we move Catherine across to the other side of the door frame, we're going to get a completely different lighting setup. The lighting is now going to be much flatter on her tummy and chest area. So as you can see, we've lost the definition across Catherine's tummy now. We've lost the contrast that we had before. It's quite a nice portrait lighting, but perhaps not quite so dynamic as the lighting that we had before. So also worth mentioning here, of course, is the low camera angle that I'm using. The low camera angle and the slightly wide angle lens really help emphasize that leg length which models love. So this is where I think this lighting gets really interesting. We've turned the softbox off now, and we're just relying on the light coming through the bathroom door, being reflected off of that white reflector panel that I showed you earlier, off of the walls and off of the door as well. So Catherine's now almost completely in silhouette. We've got a little bit of a highlight coming down the tummy, which is picking out some definition there, which is looking really nice. And the highlight coming through the doorway behind her back, behind her hair there, is really emphasizing that back arch. The foreground is not quite in complete shadow. There's enough light bouncing around to just fill in some of those shadows, but as a sort of almost silhouette shot, I think it works really well. So here we are once again using that door frame as a really simple prop. Catherine is using it to be able to stretch her body, grip onto the door frame there, and emphasize that back arch. Works really well. So there's loads of stuff you can do in this door frame, lots of different posing options, loads of different ideas, and as we've seen with those two different lighting setups, you get some great lighting variety. So why not go ahead and give it a try? It's such a simple idea, really easy to do, and the lighting really isn't that complicated. Hope you've enjoyed it. Have a great time. Thanks for watching.